was about to say, Karma has been his most played champion this split. It has had a bit of nerfs to her Q damage, so I have heard that a lot of pros are kind of straying away from it, but Dwinby is one of our players.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting back into Summoner's Rift. Not sure what the pause was, but now that we are back, we see the logo. Playoffs begin to get it. Oh no! An LPL way to start. Apparently, red buff being taken down. Smited, stolen by Tien. Level 2 now on the Lilia. And forward, Samd gets pulled in, has to flash away. The Ignite's down. First blood almost secured. Tien has flash, and he spins to win. First blood to FPX for the playoffs.
And that was so massive.
So it's going to be hard going up against FPX as Tien back on this side of the map.
But look at the minimap. LWX and Crisp are nearby. Dwinby even has push right now, so they're able to follow up.
That steals the flash in for the face breaker. The Trouble Bubble connects as well. Everybody's in onto Tien. What a collapse here. But now they have to survive from the Kalista as Samd comes on in. The damage way too much as LWX gets poked down. Flashes away but dies in the end. It's now 2 versus 2, but Crisp is separated with a double kill going over to Mole. He's got double buffs as well. And double the fun means triple. Could only be better as Dwinby flashes away.
At this point, I think we're just waiting for Samd to hit that level 6 to get the Dawning Shadows, and that's really when this bottom lane comes on.
To this one, Rend at the ready with spears in. Bubu has not joined. Will this get a reset or smite away? Tien gets sleeped down and stolen. Wei will get the Herald and the first pick off as well. That gets traded in the end as the ult comes through. The bear jumps on in as Bubu now joins the fight. Samd is hit hard and PP gone. Has to disengage. V5 will lose more, but it's at the cost of the Herald.
Exactly, 1 for 2, much guaranteed to win out, so overall feels great for V5 getting it onto Mole.
And speaking of Mole, he's found Crisp. Bit of damage there as, wow, I thought that Warden's Wrath would do something. He flashes over. Oh my lord, Mole 3-0.
And I'm saying it right now. All Game coming out ahead, we saw LWX and Crisp also picking up early kills, so giving up this dragon to get a bit of plate gold into Mole and Weiwei's pockets.
It'd be great considering that Weiwei is now on towards his second item here.
Gimgoon shouldn't really be able to push out any more aggressively than this, but Gimgoon should be able to make his way over here first.
Redline connects, not really into the wall, goes gold. Tien trying to come in as well. V5 has spread on out as the ultimate from Weiwei, not secured with the Faith Call. For the safety maneuver, Chris gets sent on in as the volley is there, but the Faith Breaker was massive as Bubu returns on the flank. The Solar Flare in, LWX out. Gimgoon is the one-man army, but the Trouble Bubble, Mole is the hero of this game 1.
And like you said,
Put the Herald down, roll with the tempo. V5 now with that tempo play have a 2 Cloud Dragon. They have the option of 4 for that 40% CDR on the ulti, so that'll be good for things like the center, the set, the Renekton as FPX want a challenge. Stretch line in, we're going to fight once more. Samd poked on the outside, but they have a lot of sustain as the Fate Breaker again comes on in. Weiwei is set up for success. Chris going in was probably the biggest mistake of his game 1, and V5 do it again.
Yep, V5 just going forward even better, and Gimgoon not able to get in on the fight. He was being zoned for kills.
And now we've got Samd with the bounty after FPX are trying to group up to bottom. Bit of a momentum shift here as Bubu with his ulti that's not available. Will he go down the slice and dice eventually? Takes him out.
And this goes back to what we were saying before the game, that further. And it's so nice to see that V5 were cognizant. And this also is one of the struggles of Lilia when behind is she's a very squishy champion. You don't really have any hard CC. It's very hard to coming out for Tien, so that's going to do a ton of damage, especially with how much consistent damage Lilia has into Inbi.
Oh, Weiwei is forcing the engage on the backside. They found Tien. Bubu's coming in as well. The center ulti flies through Mole with the Solar Flare alongside. PP got in the back line. LDX trying to cut this out. He's exhausted though. Mole jumps in, forces him back. That's a 2-man lilting lullaby, but it doesn't matter because Bubu says forward I go. Mole's still alive. FPX so damn low across the board. And Weiwei sets this up, but it's Mole again who finishes the damn fight.
And this is exactly where Victory 5 thrive. We see Bubu flash.
Going to back away with 24 stacks on the Magi. He TPs in. The inhibitor to be broken, and his damage is absurd.
36.5% of his team's damage. This man have not reset yet, so they are still sitting on all their gold.
But they're grouped on up. Trouble Bubble lands onto LWX. Mole has the flash as well. Doesn't get through thanks to Chris, but still at half health. Dredge for the re-engage onto Weiwei. The Haymaker, though, with a shield. And the face breaker before he dies gets them low. BuBu starts going in. He's a motorcycle with a crocodile on top as PP God follows through. And Mole is still alive. This Zoe is having the anime redemption story.
And this is exactly the match we wanted, but actually this game's about to be over because BuBu's TPing in.
In 25 minutes, we said V5 like to take it fast. And even in playoffs, in a best of 5, they're going to kick this game off. We got 15 seconds and 10 on Chris. Minion holding up, the rest of V5 walking in. Lyric, I think this is going to a game 2 very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Great performance coming out from Mole, stomping the current world champions.
Open Nexus and V5 showing that experience doesn't matter to kick off this best of 5.
And again, just the perfect recipe for success, drafting this comp that does victory 5.
We really are. To cement it with the Tahm Kench in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, while for Duembe to play Azir,
understand why we're seeing the pivot come out from V5 right now. You just won your first game.
Yeah.
It's a style you've played consistently all split long.
And now in a bit of trouble, Emperor's Divide used. Mole in a pickle. The flash is available for Duembe if he wants to go over the wall. The soldiers do it. Shockwave's there. He's walking into the enemy jungle, and Tien burns at first. Mole follows up. Dissonance for the movement speed. But he's dead. He just wants to pick how he dies. Tien with no ulti, but the Chilling Smite and the Blooming Burst. Down he goes.
And great job. We said like 30 minutes ago, right? FPX could do this anytime they wanted.
Yep.
They have priority in bot lane, they have priority. And right now, like we said, Mole is not strong. Duembe definitely in a much better position to like partake in this fight.
Well, speed hits Sam D, might be in a bit of trouble. Tahm Kench next to him though, and the re-engage coming through as the ulti's popped by the Lilia at half health. Gimgoon's on the backline. Empress Divide kills Weiwei. And for V5, they might get a great 3-man shockwave, but BuBu now has to do the damage to clean it up. They find one. LWX and Tien are low with True Shot Barrage. Nails down, flashed away. LWX with a great reaction time, but V5 somehow match this trade.
Yeah, somehow, great shockwave coming out from Mole. We didn't expect much from him.
No.
He's an Orianna in an early fight.
PP God's angry. You made him upset. It's a Tahm Kench who just took down LWX.
PP got solo killing LWX.
Now caught up. He's got the Metamune stacking.
Abyssal Voyage for PP God.
To get on in, into the backside, it's LWX and Chris, who don't have much of an escape. Dredgeline might just need to be used. The ultimate onto Weiwei. Facebreaker not in time, but he flashes onto LWX. Ults him back into Sam D. The damage comes through the Haymaker, but the kill given over to this Ezreal.
And it's so nice to see these proactive Tahm easy for them to push.
They have a good reset now with Herald coming up in about a minute.
Also interesting to me that BuBu did not from the Gnar, so going to walk up the wave and be able to clear that pretty much instantly. Also going to set up for a better team play. I assume it just was going to timeout and they had to drop it, but actually, Weiwei's coming around from behind.
He is.
His flash.
LWX, Hex flash over the wall. He has the ulti to burn right into that said wall. Facebreaker flashed away from, not in time. Shockwave gets the kill. And I thought V5, maybe that was an error, but this was set up. 1,000 gold. 1,500.
The thing, though, is, right, the Renekton's going to fall off later on to where the Snar's going to be a massive threat. I'm going to slow.
Oh! Facebreaker in. They flash on forward. The Dream Dust laid bare. Ulti comes through. Lilting Lullaby there. FPX want this with the TP on the backside. Gimgoon in Mega Gnar form. In a choke. Hits 3. And line them up, says LWX. The ulti from Weiwei to delay time. The Haymaker, great. But FPX may have just found their fight. Mole on the back end doing damage while BuBu is still a big croc himself. Gets the kill, wants to get out. Duembe goes forward, but he's poked down. And FPX, what happened? As V5 walk forward, Mole's triple set up for the potential Penta. They flash on over, LWX is low. It's double buffs on Mole. He's close to getting the Penta. Dragon spawning. Baron on the menu if FPX lose another fight. The ability for V5 to walk towards match point as Crisp is running away. Gonna ult into the wall, he's denied. Will pop the stone plate, trying to bring the rest of FPX in, but Tien is now the target. Depth charge set onto BuBu, but Crisp is just trying to delay the inevitable. And Sam D picks up the kill. V5 get another.
4K gold lead on their way to stacking up 4 Ocean Drakes, but let's be honest, it's victory 5.
Tien does have the Swell Seed to face check. Crisp is the one doing exactly that, but Mole's a threat.
Ooh.
On the Gimgoon, but they found someone else. Tien actually very low, hit by Sam D. The
Solo
bottom
kill.
lane. Yeah.
Everything's up for the side of V5. Even Mole's ultimate just came back off cooldown.
Chris is walking in. BuBu now spotted out. LWX running into the pit himself. Gnar into the wall, looking for the steal.
Oh!
Duembe will find it as Nara into the wall. V5 have made a mistake here with Weiwei not getting the smite down. Gimgoon will sacrifice his life. Mole will pick up a kill onto Chris. It's 2 for the Baron. The price may be well worth it.
Overall, the clutch member the team needs to rely on steals Baron, and overall...
Hang on, looking for the Emperor's Divide. They may have found Mole, who flashes over the wall. The Shockwave, though, brings in LWX, and he's just dead. Doomby poking from his side. Now, they got the Baron. The problem is, if they stay for the fight, they're going to lose them all. As Lilting Lullaby is onto Bubu, who doesn't have his ult. He wants to re-engage, slices and dices out of the way.
Some kind of big play coming out from whether it's Chris, whether it's Gimgoon to single him out, but Mole has Banshee's Veil, so you have the spell shield to protect you.
And decide to do it. And FPX are backing away. V5 now grouped up as 5 through mid. Looking for this choke. Weiwei dodges away onto LWX. He wants him. He presses Q, wants the fists out. Gimgoon into his ulti. Hits 3, but Samdi is free-firing once again as Weiwei gets into the backline. V5 grouped up as 4. Meanwhile, as Mole gets choked down, and Weiwei has no support. 4 versus 5, and V5 have to run.
We 3-man Gnar ultimate, the Senna ultimate to follow up, but as we see, Tien hits the massive sleep comboed with the Nautilus ultimate. It's a completely different way to play the Tahm Kench. Thank you to our observer. So it is just what we'd expect. Abyssal Voyage coming in, bringing in Mole. Misses the ultimate, Doonby trying his best, but the clutch Devour gloves.
Bubu has teleport, is channeling so far away though at 6k. Now comes in with the Dominus activated at 4 itself. Doomby gets tagged out of the backside, poking down. The steal is there. No! It's secured by FPX, but they need to get out of there as Gimgoon not into the Mega. The Shockwave flushed away from on the top side of the fight, and LWX is going to meet his maker with a big ball in hand. Double for Mole, 10-1 and 2. V5 lose that.
24 seconds on Tien.
Let's see. Tien coming up, but it is just the Lilia. V5 are grouped as 5 themselves. Chris trying to defend, but PP God does not care. They jump on this Nautilus, who's sent packing. The white flag goes up, and the world champions are going down because V5 are taking us to a 2-0 match point.
I honestly don't think anyone came in today expecting this to be so one-sided. This is potentially looking like a 3-0 for V5. Even the biggest of V5 supporters, I feel. And I already said I expect him to go for the volley bear, but
what I just said.
Okay, well, we didn't something through this top side, right? This is not something FPX ever do, and now we see Weiwei showing him make his way towards topside scuttle. Tien's low.
Tien still a duelist, but the face breaker flashing away from Weiwei still wants him onto Gimgoon now. The target is Doomby's running on in. The Haymaker shield given over as Mole comes on through. Weiwei absorbs a bit, flashes through. Gimgoon get first blood on this Jax as the Paddle Star doesn't connect. Mole has to flash away. Bubu goes into his death, and Big Father Gimgoon with 2 first dissonance, and Herald goes over to Tien. And Chris is still roaming. In comes Weiwei. They want the pick. Trollwall lands on the Doomby. V5 forces this one as a cleanse is used. PP God comes in with the flash play. The box plays down. Doomby has the flash himself as the Shockwave hits Super. Weiwei Dom comes in first. PP God's going to sacrifice his life, but it is a 1-for-1 on support. While Tien gets at half health, and V5 back away after be reactivated.
Here we go. They're 3-man in top. They have the Herald. They're going to set up the long side lane for the Jax to abuse the Mordekaiser.
Death Trap's available. Shield comes out, but he's just dead before he can use it. Gimgoon is the one taking up for now. Rather, Tien, gets trouble bubbled, and Mole gets a massive shutdown onto the big Jax. A 1-for-1 wants to be.
Yeah, and Bubu is quite low. So if Gimgoon can get the push, actually just going to go for it anyway.
Has the flash available, wants to hit the minion wave, Counter-Strike comes through, Death Trap sends in behind, he flashes away a little bit too late, and he's just dead here. Nicely done by the dual wall. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, a Genesis arrow was used. Chris survives for now. Surprisingly enough, while FPX, their solo laners are getting topside pressure, but V5's first Turret Blood not secured. It's FPX
taking the gold trade and then coming out ahead in those fights 15-20 minutes into the game.
By V5. And FPX grouping up. Now, the charge won't get the pick, but the extra damage that comes through should help it out. And FPX will get the turret. Trouble level doesn't land. Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like at this point in the game, we're kind of favoring FPX.
Of course. We're looking at people like Gimgoon, who's going to get exhausted. Weiwei running on in, trying to take him down. There's no flash available. Ult into the wall, and that Showstop's going to done everything.
Ooh.
And the face breaker interrupts the leap strike. Jax stays in place. Mole gets kill number 3. Turret going down in Mole's favor for the gold as well. FPX are going up towards the top of the map. They're going to start Baron.
And they have the Kalista, they have the damage.
There. is not based off, like, he doesn't do the who scales as the Enchanted Crystal is going to come out. Wow. Let's kill Crisp, shouts V5, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Baron is up, but they're on the bottom side for now. That's a pick that gives more gold for V5. Spotted over the wall. Gimgoon survives.
And doing a great job. This is exactly where Zoe thrives, being able to play over this long terrain and siege these turrets.
Flash away though, because Counter-Strike comes in, hits two people over the wall. Shockwave from Doomby is massive. Weiwei lines them up and he's sacrificing his life. And Doomby with a great ulti keeps FPX strong in this game.
2-0 and 5 on the Orianna.
7K, 6K, going down as Sam D now in position. Bubu's in as well, and Tenikasara slides them through. They start the engage, ulti used onto Tien. There's no jungler, and Mole runs on in. They want the damage, they want the kills. They don't care about the Baron as Bubu is going to come out of that death realm. Hits on down, it's secured with the Ren, but V5 have all the damage in the world. It's one kill, turning quickly into two, with Tien dodging away nicely to survive.
Layer down the combo from Mole and get the numbers advantage early on if they want to get up close and personal with FPX.
4K running on in. V5 now making their way as Weiwei wants to smite but not in range. Taken away by FPX. The Shockwave pulls in the jungler. Dredgeline doesn't connect with the Dark Passage, getting him to safety. Meanwhile, top laners are beefing it up. Gimgoon
do something a bit more unconventional. Yep. They need to commit more resources to one side. They go for it.
Do something as they have river control now.
I honestly feel like they should just commit to this. You can even have UBU pull. I was going to say pull Tien into the death realm. Tien is QSS.
Chris locks down, half health. Dredgeline doesn't connect. You said it, Lyric. He wants to connect it, and he doesn't. As they go on the back line, Weiwei takes his old time. Gimgoon is in the death realm. Here with the Mordekaiser. As he comes on out, he flashes over the wall, and he'll die. But Weiwei sacrificed his life. Mole will get some damage down into the core 4. Needs to hit something, and the Shockwave here for Doomby could change it all. He flashes forward, hits the trouble bubble, forward he goes, healed as well, and Chadwick's arrow doesn't connect. Space Call denies everything. PP got in with the play, the box down. It is secured though. Shockwave though from Doomby might have saved it, as Sam D is now the purpose of this fight. PP got taken, Mole left alone, and even though LWX was close to dying, it won't be the case. Mole wants Doomby, but a Quadra goes over, and FPX deny the soul again. The way this game's gone, V5, it looks like they won't blow this out.
This is mid AD and supports most played champions this split. They got all of their comfort picks.
Bubu has ulti, might have to use it early into Tien. Not going to let the Counter-Strike work, or maybe he's stunned up. Dark Passage down, he's just dead.
And this is what I was going to say about the last fight, that sure,
yeah, minimum. With FPX at an almost 10K gold lead. They're running it through. PP got out with the hook. It's under Chris though. Molt does a bit of damage to Gimgoon, but the pillar puts him in an awkward position. Has the heal, but goes golden instead, while FPX and May just found the fight to end this one and keep the series alive. It's not over, Red Rover, even though Chris will die here. Sam D can't do much. Chadwick's arrow gets sent out. Inhibitor, the target. Nexus turrets will be moved on to though, and FPX want it now.
And they'll just be able to push through. Sam D can't do anything, goes down, and FPX actually giving us a series.
Actually putting in the hard yards and recovering from the 2-0 start. We're going to game 4.
I just want to say, they are literal world champions.
Literal world champions.
Don't know if you're out there as boys, GP in lane. Just throwing that out there.
Oh my Bubu.
Hey, and this was also buffed this patch. And actually, I'm going to pause because Weiwei's here.
And this is an Olaf with red buff. Onto Tien. Undertow just needs to connect, but it will be a smite battle. Secured by Weiwei. Now he has double buff. Tien flashes away. Undertow connects, and he wants to take him with Phase Rush. Gets the movement speed. Ignite's still there. Flashing forward, Mole, and the flash over as V5 get first blood. But it's 3 versus 3 with the Callista. Scatter the Weak was beautiful, and LWX drops down. A double kill for Caitlyn. And V5, if you want to match them.
Like, very strange, right? When we were having the meeting talking about who belongs on that graphic. Keeping Tien out was strange, but here we go. This is what we set up earlier on. Caitlyn and Lux are going to have this consistent pressure in lane, even more so that Caitlyn's 2-0 and had a red buff, but let's ignore that. Okay. Going to set up for these dragons for Weiwei, and V5 starting the snowball early on, which, their comp's going to scale quite fine anyway.
Oh, Cullen coming through, Gimgoon in a bit of trouble. Easy solo kill when you see the GP. Weiwei's sticking around.
Doomby still looking to be the aggressor, and again, Karma, very strong laning champion. I don't expect any solo kills to come out from a Karma, but Would take a very massive, overconfident misstep from Mole to make that happen.
Certainly would. With Chris flashing forward, speak of confidence, it's the dredge line that sets up all. And PP got too far forward, and Fate's call will follow through onto Sam D and Weiwei, who Ragnarok straight away, but this is the Fed Olaf, who wants to turn it around onto Tien, dodges away from the Haymaker shield as Mole. Peek's in. I want you to talk to me a little bit about FPX's win conditions again, how this comes together, even with V5's early lead. Do I have time? No, because Sam D is going to get brush ganked by LWX. He's walking in, thinking about it, and there's the Halo Blaze Blister with Rend available. Sam D now calling in the help of his friend, sends out the Peacemaker, auto attacks, wins the shielding. Sam D doesn't die, and Chris now in the middle of it all. V5 are the Brotherhood as they send out the ult to Tien, flushes forward from Weiwei. They do not back down. Injured on the back of the pit. This leads to Infernal Soul. Imbued aiming for his setup, is hitting away. Smite will go down, it's killed by Weiwei. Tien runs on in, wants the engage. There's Sam D, not the target though. Onto Weiwei, who just Ragnaroks out, and Tien's just dead. Mole on the side, forces the flash from Chris. And V5, if you want to give it all,
potentially our most cohesive three-man core in LPL.
Yeah.
That's why they're taking objectives around the map.
And one step away from quarterfinals of a 5K gold lead. In V5's favor at 19 minutes in the game, with Chris now being caught on out, the depth charge used. There's too much damage though, and Weiwei picks up his first kill of game number 4. Teleport being burned by V5 as a settle, gets the damage onto V5, and PP got left on out. FPX with a favorable trade as V5 went too far.
And the thing to highlight was there's still some aggressive lanes right now that FPX can potentially punish.
Can he kill him though? Culling's going to come on out. Face breaker. Oh, sorry, the Haymaker shield. Bubia kills him. Dodges from the dredge line, but the Rens. Was it worth it, Lyric? You're about to tell me?
No, it was not.
Okay.
First, or he is TP. He's a split pusher. You can just keep him in side lane.
And remember, if FPX gets caught out in rotation, one of them's going to die anyway. And Lol, this could be the example. Face call used with Unleashed Power. The Cannon Barrage in the backline doesn't get scattered the weakest. Tien is running in, forces the flash out of Mole through mid lane. Final spark onto Chris, who's jumping onto Sam D and dies. Is a big pick for FPX. Bubu is now TP'd in, sends out the culling, but Doomby only at half health, and V5 lose the fight. And FPX with 5 man are going to deny the soul if V5 can't get in.
Oh.
God gets poked down by Doomby, survives for now. Chris flashes on in though. Scout of the Week doesn't connect it. Eventually taken down will be PP God with Tien's ult. Bubu flies his way in himself, but the poke from FPX is massive. Gimgoon in a comfortable spot. And now with the Baron up, this could be their window.
Exactly. This is the clutch factor we know.
Perfect, but Scrying Orb spots them out. As Chris in for the dredge line, he goes into the back line. Depth charge sets it up nicely here as the ulti from Gimgoon again sets up the 3-man knockup with a Fate's call. But flash away meanwhile because Mole is keeping them all busy. Versus Fall, he runs into the fight, but too far forward as in goes Tien once again. Haymaker shield, great, but V5 pick him off as well. Bubu survives into the head of the fight. 4 versus 4, FPX have the lower health.
Waves, you know, get a bit more gold, try to set up the map for this next Drake in 50 seconds.
Oh. Walking into the enemy's den. He
Oh,
hasn't pressed out Ardent Blaze either. They'll find him. Tien ults him. Away he goes, pulled in. Culling does nothing. And Bubu made a boo-boo in front of Baron.
Yeah, and unfortunately tries to transition. Even took a pretty safe path, honestly, but FPX knowing they feel confident to force this fight.
Mole with TP waiting for the engage. Hex flash over the wall from Tien. Will be spotted out, in fact. 4 in the pit, trying to channel through. Mole's now finally here, has a good scout of the week, lands on top of 3. Cannon Barrage comes in, the final spark as well. Sam D all the way in the back, getting targeted with the face breaker, trying to kite his way out, still getting poked down. Shields are good, but not enough, as Mole deals with the rest of the team. Doomby takes him down, and Weiwei wants to get out. Doomby has the movement speed though, wants his way.
It's just too easy for them to get onto the carries of E5. They don't have that way of playing from a range.
But here's Bubu once again. LWX is super low. Takes the blast cone, has the flash of Bale onto LWX, gets the kill. In for the Infernal Soul, secured by Doomby, but now Bubu in a hunting ground, right in the middle of the pit. Gimgoon's next for the triple. PP got on the side. Culling's there, light binding, dodged away from.
They do it so fast. Olaf, Caitlyn, and Lucian.
And FPX aren't here. Cannon Barrage going to come down with the smite there, taken away, and FPX have lost the Baron with V5 acquiring. Now, for the play, Gimgoon is TP'd up the top side, but Bubu's here. Down he goes. 4 versus 5. They're going to try and flash forward and end this one as the Undertow connects. The Ragnarok Olaf still available. Channels it through as Chris, his bait's called away. The light binding followed with the final spark. Undertow again. LWX slowed down. Sam D flashes over the wall. LWX getting low. Manages to survive for now while Tien at half health himself. They heal for it. And LWX will go down 2.
And when it looks like FPX can finally bring the game back, now get 2 picks, and they can potentially force an inhibitor.
They've got the Baron, they've got a massive minion wave here, versus 5 with a double 80 carry. Inhibitor will be broken, and V5 have an edge.
Oh my god, they're just going to go for the
Down
edge.
very quickly. And V5 back now for the inhibitor pressure.
And this is the artillery that we talk about, right? Getting Caitlyn set up in front of a turret to drop all those traps.
They got the Baron buff. They're channeling through the bottom side. They're going to start hitting the Nexus turrets with the cannon barrage. As Scatter the Weak to disengage. Way left on an island here. Mole flashes away, but unleashes his power all over Gim while Bubu flashes into the fight. Tien comes in. Face Breaker doesn't connect, so only onto 1, and it's not enough. LWX being channeled by Bubu as Chris is at half health. Way getting low, but Scatter the Weak again. FPX are dead. Long hail the new kings, apparently, because in 2020, their name is V5, and we go to their church to bless them into the quarterfinals.
And 2020 summer is the split of V5, going from 0-16 in spring.